So on YouTube, there's 2.1 billion accounts, and if that's true, then why does no channel come even close to 2.1 billion subscribers? Well, since no channel can get to 2 billion subscribers, let's figure out the maximum subscribers some individual channels can get to. Now, the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna take a look at languages. Due to YouTube's new feature where they kind of have this thing where you can translate all your videos into different languages, we're gonna figure out which languages certain channels operate in, find the biggest audiences in those languages, take the amount of people who actually understand the language, and end up finding out how many people from that specific country could subscribe to the channel. It's very far-fetched, but it's semi-realistic. So let's first start off with WWE. Now, WWE is a little bit interesting considering they're closing in on 100 million subscribers. Now, on their YouTube channel, they only operate in English, so they can only appeal to an English population. And this is a little bit problematic for them because they've kind of closed off to only English populations, whereas they could have gone for other languages. We'll find the top 10 countries that speak the most English, find their internet access percent, and take the percent and multiply it with their English speaking numbers. Now, you might be wondering, why can't I just search up how many WWE fans there are on the internet and then just use that number? Well, on the internet, when I did eventually search it up, it said 36 million fans. The channel is above 90 million subscribers, so it doesn't make any sense. So the way we're going to do this is, for example, the United States has 246 million YouTube accounts and 91% of their population speaks English. Therefore, from the United States, WWE could pull an astronomical 224 million subscribers. And we'll just go down the list. So India, for example, they have a lot of YouTube channels, 467 million, which is the most in the world, but only 43.6% of their population actually speaks English. And so 204 million channels is actually nothing really small. It's actually huge. As you continue on, you got Nigeria speaking a bunch of English, 28%, Pakistan speaking a bunch of English, almost 50%. Then there's the Philippines at 80%, the United Kingdom at 98%. Not sure how it's not 100. Then Uganda at 90%, which kind of surprised me. France at 39%, Canada at 75.5%, and Australia at 72%. Overall, if we add all these numbers together, WWE can have an absolute maximum of 634.6 million subscribers. The next one is 5-Minute Crafts. And you might be wondering, how does 5-Minute Crafts operate in different languages? Because they don't talk in their videos. Well, apparently, I did search it up, and 5-Minute Crafts operates in 3 languages, mainly because of their subtitles, English, Portuguese, and Spanish. So this chart is actually going to be interesting. Once again, you got the US, 224 million total subscribers that they can get. Then you got Brazil. Brazil speaks a lot of Portuguese. You got 132 million subscribers from them. Then you got India again, you got Nigeria again. Then you got Mexico. Mexico is interesting. 90% of their population speaks Spanish, and so you get 73.6 million subscribers from that. Then you got the usual ones, Pakistan, the Philippines, the UK. You're gonna see these countries a lot. But then you got the USA again. This time for Spanish. And it's very interesting to see this. 13.4% of the US actually speak Spanish, and so the US gives an additional 32.9 million subscribers. And finally, to round off the top 10, it's Colombia, possibly the most surprising country in this entire video. They have 29.9 million YouTube accounts, and a total of 99.5% of their population speaks Spanish, which means they were able to provide 29.7 million subscribers. That is crazy. So in total, 5-Minute Crafts is just short of a billion at around 823.7 million subscribers, which is pretty big. But I think we'll be getting to our first billion right here. Now, this little Russian girl has the record of the fastest 100 million subscribers, and she can probably get to a billion, right? Well, she operates in a lot more languages than 5-Minute Crafts. Some languages that she also operates in apart from Russian and English are German, Arabic, Bangla, French, Portuguese, Hindi, Spanish, Korean, Vietnamese, and Indonesian. So let's take a look at the populations to find her maximum subscribers. This time, India is going to have a lot more presence because of Hindi and of English. And kind of surprisingly, 43.6% of India's population speaks Hindi and English. And so they're able to give an insane 408 million subscribers. Once again, the USA, 224 million. Then you got Bangladesh, 37.6 million subscribers from this pretty tiny country. Is kind of big. Then you got Mexico once again, but then Indonesia. Everyone sleeps on Indonesia. They have 139 million YouTube accounts and 94% of their population speaks the language. That is 130.7 million subscribers coming out of that country alone. A lot of people don't know this. Indonesian is a huge language to go for. Then you got Russia because Russian, Vietnam because Vietnamese. Then you got Egypt for Arabic. Egypt's a pretty big country too. 93% of their people speak Arabic. That's 43 million billion subscribers just waiting for you. And you got Germany for German, 67.3 million subscribers. Overall, this is the first billion. She would reach 1.12 billion subscribers. That would be her absolute maximum. She could physically not get more than that. And that is a big number, 1 billion. MrBeast has 1/10 of that. Now the next channel we're gonna look at is Cocomelon. So unlike the previous entries on this list, besides WWE maybe, Cocomelon is an actual business on YouTube, and so they're dubbed in various different languages. Such languages in alphabetical order include Arabic, Croatian, Czech, Danish, Dutch, Finnish, French, German, Greek, Hebrew, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Irish, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Mandarin, Norwegian, Polish, Portuguese, Brazilian, Portuguese, Romanian, Russian, Serbian, Spanish from Spain, Spanish from Latin America, Swedish, Tamil, Thai, Turkish, Ukrainian, Vietnamese, and Kazakh. That is a lot of languages that they're dubbed in. However, we're only looking at our top 10. So to start off, we got our usuals: India, the USA, Brazil, Mexico, Indonesia at this point, Germany, Japan, Russia, but then you also got Vietnam, which was very interesting to me. 87% of Vietnamese speak Vietnamese. It's crazy. And that's a total of 57.9 million subscribers, which is a lot. Vietnam is a huge market. Now you might be wondering, why didn't I go into like each language and maybe get their top person? Well, I'm not going to get the 3 people speaking Hungarian on here because they're realistically not going to make a difference. And so this is like the overall thing. I mean, if I added the rest of the languages together, maybe they could pull like 200 million maximum, but it's nothing so big. And we want to remember some form of realism here. So 1.24 billion is kind of the maximum Cocomelon can really ever get to. And considering the fact they're not gaining subscribers, it's never going to happen. And the next one we're going to take a look at is T-Series, the biggest channel on YouTube. And you might be thinking, oh, it's going to be so interesting. But no, T-Series only operates in technically 3 languages: Hindi, English, and sometimes Punjabi. That's it. And so this is possibly like the most boring list on here. You got India for Hindi, again, then the USA for English, India for English, and then you got Pakistan. And you might be wondering, oh yeah, it's just English, right? No. Apparently, a lot of people in Pakistan speak Punjabi, which I'm surprised from considering India has a higher population. But then again, so does Canada. Not sure why they're not on here. Then you got Pakistan for English, the Philippines, UK, Nigeria, Germany, and Uganda all for English. This is a very boring list. T-Series is not even cracking 1 billion. They're stuck at 859 million subscribers. That's it. That is actually very depressing from them. They should probably look for more languages, but they're literally a music channel, so I don't know what to say. Finally, we get to the only reason you're watching this video, MrBeast. Now surprisingly, MrBeast actually has a lot of languages that he dubs his videos in, and every time you go to the comments, you'll occasionally see those Spanish or Russian or French comments. Well, here's why. The languages that the channel operates in are English, Hindi, Arabic, Bangla, Thai, Spanish, Russian, French, Korean, Vietnamese, Portuguese, Turkish, Indonesian, and Japanese. That's a lot of languages. And the chart looks pretty similar. I mean, you got Indonesia with 130 million accounts, India with 204, the USA for English for 224, India for English for another 204 million, Brazil for Portuguese at 132 million, Mexico for Spanish for 73.6 million, France for French for 48.9 million, and then you got Japan. Japan is very interesting as a country. 99% of Japanese people speak Japanese, and that 1% is probably PewDiePie, and that 1% only affects 700,000 people. So 69.3 million subscribers alone come from Japan, showing that's a pretty big market to go for. Then you got Russia, once again 78.7 million for Russian, and then Vietnam for Vietnamese for 57.9 million subscribers. If you add all these numbers together, you get 1.22 billion subscribers. That is how many MrBeast can get to in total, and it's actually lower than Cocomelon. However, unlike Cocomelon, MrBeast is actually realistic and getting closer to his target. So if you want to prove me wrong, go subscribe to him, and yeah, just go subscribe to him, go subscribe to me. It's probably a good idea. You should watch this video. It's good.